Hello, my friends. So you are looking at a kind of like handout, two handouts that I put on your class dojos this week. One that kind of tells you how to make bubble letters, and then one that shows you how to make like kind of that little like banner that I put at the top of the worksheet. So this week I'm going to show you a lesson that I usually do around this time of year where we make our initials or our names in bubble letters or just kind of like fancy letters where you're putting some time and thought into designing your letters. Sometimes you have a theme. Sometimes you just make really cool designs. So I only actually could find one student example. So that very last picture you looked at was a student example from last year. See if you can guess which student that is. I'll give you a hint. It is a male student and he is currently in fourth grade. See if you can guess who made that one. It was a really nice one, came out really nice. Um, I just couldn't find any other pictures on my computer. I didn't even have a picture of mine, and mine's at school. Um, so here I'm showing you nice and slow on this worksheet how to make bubble letters. I would suggest doing it this way, even if you can make bubble letters without writing the inside of the letter first. It's nice to just write your letters out in like normal, nice, clear print so that you can figure out how much space your word is going to take up. Something that I think we all struggle with from time to time is either having too much empty space, like when your letters are done, or not having enough room to like squish everything into a space. So if you take your time and kind of plan out your composition first, and you're planning out your composition by writing the letters normally, then you can trace around them. So my first step is to just write my letters. My second step is to trace around the letters slowly and carefully. And then my third step is to trace over the lines I want to keep and erase the lines I don't want to keep. So I erase that very inside line. And you want to be careful with letters like A's and R's that you are doing the inside of the R and the inside of the A. So like an O, right? There's an inside space there. That's actually called a negative space. You want to make sure that you're tracing around that as well. So one kind of like popular solution to this assignment is to just kind of fill your letters with fun designs. That's what I like to do with mine, and is what I've done in the past. So here I just did a quick one. I did my first initial of my first name. So first I made my H, made sure it was big enough, and then I traced around it slowly and carefully. And then I traced over the lines I want to keep. I erased the lines I did not want to keep. And then I started to fill it up with designs. So when this is all done, it looks kind of complicated, but it's really not. So we're going to look at one more piece of artwork that I did for this. I have a confession. I'm very bad at writing in cursive. Um, like any skill, it's one that you need to practice, just like drawing or painting. It's a skill you need to practice if you want to be good at it, and it's not a skill I have practiced. So therefore, I'm not very good at it. But I did do another one where I did some cursive writing. I had to Google like what cursive letters look like for some of them because I couldn't remember like what an F looked like. Um, so this is just kind of like a different version of the same assignment. For this, I did a quote. It's a quote from a book. It says, "I don't think of all the misery, but all of the beauty that still remains." It is a quote from like a true story of a little girl who lived during a very difficult time in world history. It's one of my favorite books. I really like this book a lot. So I kind of focused on one word here, and I did that in cursive. I tried doing bubble letters around the cursive, but it just didn't look the way I wanted it to. So you can see how um, you can do different things other than just making a bubble letter for this. You can make letters that look fancy. You can make letters that have things growing out of them. You could just make letters in really nice handwriting even. That's definitely a type of artwork. It's definitely using your design brain and your problem solving brain to make something that you think looks really nice. So, really, anything and everything that you might want to do for this week's art lesson will be wonderful. I hope you have fun. If you want some ideas for different types of letters to make, in the very beginning of this video, I put in a bunch, so you can always just like pause on those screens if you want to look at any of them more carefully. Okay, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day.